What if the woman you trust most isn't who she seems? What if her loyalty, her affection, even her respect, is just a performance when you're around? Too many men mistake words for truth and attention for love, and it costs them years they'll never get back. Character doesn't reveal itself in grand gestures or sweet talk. It reveals itself when no one is watching and when she doesn't need you anymore. There are two silent tests that cut through all the noise. Two signals that show who she really is beneath the surface. Learn them, and you'll never confuse convenience for commitment again. Subscribe, like, and share your experience in the comments, because what I'm about to show you could save your heart and your peace. Men get blindsided not by obvious betrayal, but by comfort. We're trained to read love by easy metrics, sweet words, smooth gestures, and effortless chemistry. But warmth and attention are cheap when there's no friction. Impression management turns everyone into a part-time actor. She might not even be malicious. We all polish our behavior when someone is watching. The real read is never in perfect moments. It's in neutral moments when life isn't bending to anyone's expectations. If you're judging her by compliments, cuddles, or curated weekends, you're overvaluing chemistry and undervaluing character. Chemistry is the pleasure you feel now. Character is the stability you can count on later. Here's the first silent test: how she handles freedom when no one is watching. Loyalty isn't a necklace she wears for Instagram or a caption under your photo. It's either stitched into her character or stapled onto her image. Let me give you a story. James, 43, met a woman who looked perfect on paper. Publicly, she was affectionate, vocal, charming. But when she was out with friends or traveling alone, subtle shifts emerged: hidden phone notifications, abrupt conversations, tiny cracks that revealed her baseline. Loyalty glowed in the spotlight, but flickered in the dark. True loyalty isn't about being caught. It's about whether she honors the bond even when she doesn't have to. Observe how she uses freedom, without paranoia, without tests. If she respects the relationship when no one is watching, you've found alignment. If she doesn't, that's an early warning. Notice the difference: loyalty as an outfit versus loyalty as a code. An outfit is performance. She wears it when convenient, when friends are around, when you're nearby. It looks good, feels good, but it's conditional. A code is internal. She doesn't wear loyalty, she lives it. It's anchored in values, not applause. The second silent test is how she treats you when she no longer needs you. This is where most men miss the real signals. Some women's kindness, patience, and affection are tied to benefit. As long as you're helping, supporting, or filling gaps, she shows warmth. But once she finds stability, financial, emotional, or social, her behavior can shift. That shift reveals more than any argument or test ever could. Take Michael, 51. After years of being single, he started dating a woman who at first seemed deeply appreciative. She leaned on him emotionally, called after work to share her day, and relied on his guidance. Michael felt valued, needed, and important, which naturally felt good. But over the months, things began to change. She got a new job, reconnected with friends, and grew more independent. Suddenly, plans were canceled more often, conversations felt rushed, and he noticed subtle irritability. Michael realized the warmth he thought was love had been partly fueled by necessity. When she needed him, she was kind. When she no longer needed him, her care diminished. This doesn't happen out of malice. It's a reflection of priorities and incentives. The lesson: affection tied to convenience isn't true commitment. Love persists when benefits disappear. Convenience fades when dependency ends. Here's the key takeaway: observe how she behaves when dependency is gone. Does she maintain respect and consideration? Does she acknowledge the bond you built together, even when your support isn't required? Those who stay consistent are rare. They love from values, not necessity. They treat your presence as a choice, not a burden. That's grace. That's character. And that's the kind of alignment that protects your peace. Now, let's tie this back to the bigger picture. Most men confuse temporary relief with reliability. Relief feels like, finally, someone who gets me. Reliability sounds boring, patterns, principles, consistency. But reliability is what carries you when life tilts. Chemistry can be intoxicating. Character carries stability. If she treats you with the same care when she doesn't need you, that's a sign her love is real. If not, you're witnessing convenience, not commitment. Men, don't complicate this with traps, tests, or constant questioning. Life naturally gives you evidence. Pay attention to patterns, not promises. Ask yourself, when there's nothing to gain, does she still show respect? When you're no longer the solution to her problems, does she continue to value your presence? Patterns reveal character more reliably than words ever could. Another way to frame it: benefits can buy attention, but only values sustain respect. Respect is the oxygen of a relationship. Without it, the bond suffocates, no matter how much history or chemistry exists. So, the real question isn't, does she love me now? The real question is, will she honor me when there's nothing to gain? The answer shows her true priorities. Think about it this way. Anyone can act loyal when eyes are on them. Anyone can play affectionate when leaning on you. Anyone can be charming when there's an audience. But real loyalty, real character, shows when there's no reward, no spotlight, and no incentive. That's when you find out whether you've been valued for who you are or just for what you provide. This is where discernment separates men who get blindsided from men who protect their peace. Suspicion creates paranoia. Wisdom creates clarity. Observing patterns allows you to adjust investment, focus, and trust without drama. You don't have to beg for love that was never real. You simply recognize it and step away if needed. Remember, a woman who passes both silent tests, maintaining integrity in freedom and respect in independence, is extremely rare. She's consistent, value-driven, and aligned with principles rather than convenience. That kind of alignment brings peace, stability, and trust that most men never experience. Before we dive into the final insights, take a moment, hit subscribe now. If you want clarity in love, wisdom in relationships, and a way to stop wasting your time on illusions, this channel is for you. Now, let's tie everything together. After observing how she handles freedom when no one is watching and how she treats you when she no longer needs you, you have a clear picture. These are the two silent tests that separate love from convenience, values from benefits, and integrity from performance. Test 1. Freedom reveals the baseline. Is her loyalty consistent when no one is watching? Does she respect the bond when it's easy to slip? Test 2. Independence exposes true character. Does she maintain respect and kindness when she no longer depends on you? If she passes both, you've found someone rare, someone whose values and character create a foundation for lasting connection. Remember, love at its core doesn't vanish when perks disappear. Convenience thrives when you're useful. The woman who loves for value remains steady, consistent, and reliable. Affection tied to need fades. Affection rooted in character endures. Understanding this difference is life-changing because it saves you years of confusion, heartbreak, and wasted effort. Here's the final piece. Don't confuse temporary relief with stability. Relief feels comforting. Stability feels safe. Chemistry excites. Character secures. Outfits fade. Performances end. Codes endure. A woman living by a code doesn't need applause. Her actions in silence tell you everything words could never. Observe patterns, not promises. Invest in clarity, not illusion. When you align with a woman who passes these silent tests, you stop overanalyzing texts, scrolling for clues, or seeking constant reassurance. Her life reassures you. Her consistency becomes the peace you've been looking for. And when you meet someone who respects and honors you regardless of circumstance, you've found gold, a rare combination of integrity, loyalty, and genuine love. Men, protect your peace like it's your most valuable asset because it is. Stop rewarding surface-level loyalty. Stop mistaking kindness in public for commitment in private. Stop assuming gratitude equals devotion. Benefits can buy attention, but only values sustain respect. Respect is the oxygen of a relationship. Without it, no bond survives. So here's your action plan. Observe freedom. Notice her behavior when no one is watching. Observe independence. Notice her behavior when she no longer needs you. Align your investment with patterns, not promises. Protect your peace and clarity above all else. If you take these lessons seriously, you'll never confuse convenience for love again. You'll spot character when it appears and spot illusion before it costs you years. And now, one final reminder: subscribe. Share this video, comment with your biggest insight, and join a community of men committed to clarity, wisdom, and real connection. Awareness is your shield. Wisdom is your weapon. Use both, and you'll never look at love the same way again.